Off-roading is a motorsport that is participated in and respected all over the world. In some countries, off-road activities are strictly regulated, while others promote cross-country off-road endurance events like Dakar Rally, Spanish Baja, the African Eco Race, Abu Dhabi Desert Challenge, the Baja in Russia, which is in the Northern Forest, which is the only snow rally in the world, the San Felipe 250 and the Baja 500 and 1000, which test navigation skills and machine durability. Off-road parks and motorsport tracks also host a number of events and may be the only legal place to off-road in the area. Events include jamborees, rock crawling competitions, mud bog races, top truck challenges, sand racing and many others. Bad Granny has always been a fan of this motorsport, so let's take a look into the world of off-roading.
In Trinidad, located just off the Churchill-Roosevelt Highway in El Socorro, there is something big going on. Meet Jason. Enthusiastic, passionate, a little crazy. He doesn't simply modify cars and trucks. His creations are the result of a driving passion for the perfect combination of innovation, power, and style. But the real boss is Diesel. His opinion is worse than his bark and his bite. The big decisions get put on his plate for a thorough chew-through. This is the team that will take your ride to new heights. This is Bad Granny.
Bad Granny has a long-standing history of off-roading, which flourished by gaining extensive experience in Australia when I collaborated with the Mitchell brothers on various off-road builds. We started in Trinidad and Tobago by creating something unique for ourselves. We purchased a long wheelbase Suzuki Maruti, restored it and turned it into a soft top. From there we diversified a bit and created a promotional truck for Freezy beverages that needed to be aesthetically pleasing and functional, as well as big. The build was an amazing success and we were able to start a new trend in Trinidad and Tobago where companies and individuals started paying more attention to off-road vehicles. After Freezy, we did many other off-road builds, some of which included projects like the B-Truck, where we restored a long wheelbase Suzuki Maruti, hardtop. We gave it that extra buzz. It was a custom build for an Apatrus. It had to be narrow enough to fit through the bench trails on the estates and long enough to carry equipment and beekeepers to the hives. We did engine swaps. One of was a Chevy V6 and a Samurai. We did a whole lot of lift kits so that off-road enthusiasts can customize their trucks with bigger rims, bigger tires, bigger bumpers, bigger everything. When we come back, we are heading up to the North Coast in the Suzuki.
At Truck, we are constantly evolving and moving forward by manufacturing our batteries using cutting-edge technology at top state-of-the-art facilities. We are moving forward by providing nationwide service centers to provide convenience and top-quality service for our customers. We are moving forward to provide our customers with a broad range of batteries that cover all uses so that you get what you need.
My name is Simone Lacan and I have switched over to CNG for 2 years now. I live in Gasparilla and commute to Santa Cruz for work, so I drive about 100 kilometers per day. Each month, I spent about $1,000 in super. Since I converted to CNG, I now spend about $280 a month running that same route. Switching to CNG saved me $720 a month, which really helps me in terms of providing for my family. Make the switch today and watch the savings pile up.
In today's world, everything is easier. It's easier to start, easier to navigate, it's even easier to communicate. Why can't it be easy to own my new car? Come in today and drive easy with JMMB. Your best interest at heart.
So we're heading up to Las Cuevas, which is on the north coast of Trinidad. The trail we're going to take is a little short trail to the beach. It's a great little mud trail. A lot of people try their trucks out on it to see how good they work. It can get a difficult part. They're pretty deep parts. They also like some easy, simple parts on it. So even though it's a short trail, it's a nice little fun trail. Before we head out, let's take a look at two of the vehicles that will be making the run with us. So today we have two nice trucks from Tool Time. Basically, we'll start talking about the Suzuki Samurai, which is the smaller one. Really well built. The suspension has been done. It's been sprung over. It's on basically trail gear springs. It has a ARB air lock in the back. Open diff in the front. It's running on Mickey Thompson's. Of course, it has a nice lift on it with the spring over. It's running on G16B, fuel injected Vitara engine. It has power steering, air condition. It has the winch in the front. It's a very nice unit, and of course it looks really nice in this cornbread yellow. Has music in it as well. A good looking, well built off-road truck, and it works pretty good as well. So the second of the Tool Time trucks is the big L200, which is owned by the Chief. So this truck has basically been built. It has a Pajero engine in it, the 2.8, with the Super Select transmission, with the ultra low gear. Has the Pajero diffs in it, locker in the back. Of course, it comes with a massive winch for recovery and all the recovery gears, snorkel, lift, the big swampers on it, 37s. Of course, it comes full of entertainment, all the music for on the trail. So when we get to where we're going, we have something to listen to. Of course, the Chief is great because he's the one that's always pulling us out, always getting us out of trouble. He's a recovery truck. He's last in and last out. So it's always fun to have him on a trail, plus he always has a cooler in the back with drinks. So it's pretty amazing. We all like this truck because it's a nice, big, square, old L200 that works great. So it's Sunday and we're about to go a little 4x4 in with the guys from Tool Time and Do Not Electrical. We're going to have a little fun, just a few of us, not a lot. A little overcast, a little rainy, a little wet, a little mud, but it could be nice. On the way up, one of the guys blew a radiator hose. I had extra hose, so that worked out well. Extra parts are always needed on these sorts of excursions, as well as tools, of course. They had to change the radiator hose and then refill the radiator with coolant. I felt a miss while driving, so I decided to check my spark plugs while I waited. A miss or engine misfire can be caused by a list of faults, but there are few suspects that occur more than others. The primary villains are simple: spark or fuel, usually manifesting itself in spark plugs, plug wires, the coil, or the fuel delivery system. We fixed what we had to fix, and then we were off again, heading up towards the trail. At Las Cuevas, there's a small trail that leads to the back of the river. When we got there, we realized there was some construction that was being done, and there was now a bridge that was blocking the entrance. We attempted to cross it, but the drop-off on the next side was so high, it was about 6 or 7 feet, that we had to turn around, and we decided to head to the little original trail in the middle of the beach. When we got there, some trenches were dug, so we had to make an alternative entrance through the forest. We got to the mud trail and we started to have some fun. Guess that's the last straw that broke Nimruti's back. We're all set now, so it's off to Cora.
Saving these days can be tough, but I knew that my husband was trying his best. I wanted to save what I could to make the most of our upcoming anniversary. So I switched to CNG and began saving hundreds on my gas bill.
Sarah, please, and don't forget my change.
No sin.
I must admit that it was tempting at times to spend the savings on myself.
Girl, buy this dress with your CNG savings. Think about yourself.
It didn't happen overnight, but in the end, I saved enough to buy the dress and get the dream vacation.
Oh my.
What would you do with all of your savings from switching to CNG?
In today's world, everything is easier. It's easier to start, easier to navigate, it's even easier to communicate. Why can't it be easy to own my new car? Come in today and drive easy with JMMB. Your best interest at heart.
At Truck, we are constantly evolving and moving forward by manufacturing our batteries using cutting-edge technology at top state-of-the-art facilities. We are moving forward by providing nationwide service centers to provide convenience and top-quality service for our customers. We are moving forward to provide our customers with a broad range of batteries that cover all uses so that you get what you need.
After everything we put this Suzuki through, after all those years of trouble and trials and tribulation, she never gave any trouble. We rolled her down a hill, we fixed her up again, and then one little rut, and she blew the CV joint. Guess that's the last straw that broke Nimruti's back. But guess what? We still got out of the trail in 4x2 and all the way home. So we got through the trail. It wasn't as muddy as expected, it's a little dry. And we're now here at the beach. We're not actually driving on the beach because it's turtle season and they're nesting, but we could go and swim. On the way out, Tool Time also had some trouble. While turning on the tight trail because he has a longer wheelbase truck. When he was turning, the back of the truck slid downhill into a tree and the tree got stuck between the body and the wheel. We had to cut it out so that he could keep on moving. So Las Cuevas was a great little mud trail. But off-roading is not only about mud, it's also about testing your vehicle, your driving skills in rugged terrain. For this, we are going to take the purposely built Land Cruiser on our old bench trail in Cora. So let's take an in-depth look at the Land Cruiser. So I'm going to give an introduction to this purpose-built Toyota Land Cruiser FJ40. So not much of this is really Land Cruiser anymore. I mean, it looks like a Land Cruiser, but it's really a little bit of a monster. What it has left in it that belongs to Toyota is the chassis, the steering shaft, the steering wheel, the gearbox, the diff housings, and that's about it. Everything else has been changed. So if we start from the back, it has king shocks and springs, right? Long travel, 4-link rear end, extended drive shaft. It comes with ARB air lockers and 5-9 gears, chromoly axles. There's the LPG tank in the back. Yep, it runs on LPG, which is pretty amazing because it works really well. It doesn't cost a lot to run. It keeps the engine cool, gives it a lot of power, and in articulation, it doesn't stall. You can actually turn the truck upside down and still run because it's a gas. It's an aluminum body that came from the States, and we had to make it right-hand drive. It has a full fiberglass front, tilt front. It has a small block V8, a 350 that basically has been stroked, so it's a 383 small block. Front diff is the same thing, reduction gears in there, 5-9s. It has an ARB locker, chromoly shafts, 4-link, the king shocks again in the front, hydro steer on it. It also comes with a 9.5 warn to get you out of trouble, just in case you need it. It comes with the swampers, upgraded brakes, and a lot of other extra parts that are too numerous to list. Bucket seats, roll cage, soft top. It's quite a capable truck, and it's pretty amazing to drive, a lot of power. And we're going to take it off-road. We're all set now, so it's off to Cora. Cora is located on the east-west corridor in the foothills of the Northern Range, and is a well-known location for river limes, cook-ups, and just all around having fun. So it's a nice Saturday morning, and we're about to head into Cora, which is basically a beautiful old bench trail in the forest that crosses the rivers about 3-4 times. There are nice pools to swim in. It can be very easy. It can also be very technical depending on what part of the trail you take. So we just have about 5 trucks here and we're about to go in. It's going to be nice. Off-roading is something that you do with a full team. You need a spotter who tells you where to go because you can't see directly in front of you. He tells you where to put the tires, how to avoid obstacles. A good spotter is needed so that you don't get into a situation like rolling down a hill. gets a little too deep for the other trucks to make it, so we'll probably try and turn and go back down the river.
In today's world, everything is easier. It's easier to start, easier to navigate, it's even easier to communicate. Why can't it be easy to own my new car? Come in today and drive easy with JMMB. Your best interest at heart.
At Truck, we are constantly evolving and moving forward by manufacturing our batteries using cutting-edge technology at top state-of-the-art facilities. We are moving forward by providing nationwide service centers to provide convenience and top-quality service for our customers. We are moving forward to provide our customers with a broad range of batteries that cover all uses so that you get what you need.
I am a taxi driver, and I am proud to be part of the transportation industry in Trinidad and Tobago. I am the eyes and ears of the city, and I know that switching to CNG has saved me thousands every month. Before the switch, I spent $120 a day, and after the switch, I fill up twice per day with $14 each time. With the new price of Super, I would have to pay $130 a day to fill up. But because I use CNG, I only pay $28 a day. Even though time's hard now, I don't have to worry as a taxi driver, and I'm happy with the savings I get in my pocket by switching to CNG. Thank you, CNG, for making my life easier. Switch and save with CNG today.
So we made it through the first water crossing, no problems. Just came up the next side, I kind of climbed one of the banks on the right, just to test the flexibility of the front suspension, and it worked pretty good, didn't really feel it. So far the crawler is doing pretty well. First time really on a proper trail. We've tested it before on a little bit of hills and on the back and stuff with the shop and stuff, but first time proper trail. So hopefully we'll do some more. So every once in a while, you got to stop on the trail and you check your gear, you might hear grung off, make sure your fans are working and not overheating your gauges, and then keep rolling. Stay safe. So a lot of bamboo is falling across the road, and it's also very overgrown. There's also bamboo across the river, and it gets a little too deep for the other trucks to make it. So we'll probably try and turn and go back down the river. So we come into the rocks, and there was a flat section. It looked pretty simple, shallow and wide. But after getting into it, the loose gravel basically started to suck the truck in, and she started to sink. I was not even in four-wheel drive, so I had to put it in four-wheel drive, and it started to dig itself even more. And then I threw on the air lockers and prayed that she'd pull herself out. And like a true champion, she just did that. Just as I said, she just crawled herself and dragged herself out of that hole with a lot of noise and some good-looking spray. The Polaris worked pretty well on the trail. It's not as powerful as the Land Cruiser, but it's definitely quicker and more nimble. This particular Polaris is a 201 XP900. He has Fox shocks and springs, high radius arms, 4-inch portal gear lift with a 33% gear reduction, and 34-inch Intimidator tires. And you can see them things pretty grimy. So we had a good day at Cora. We had fun. We crossed the river, we did some climbing, we nearly sunk the Land Cruiser. The Suzuki worked great, the Coco for Loco. Terrific on the crawling. I didn't think it could keep up, but it did. The Polaris is crazy. BIM, I don't know what to say about BIM, yes? Don't help the BIM driving.